everybody. Happy Wednesday to you. I am not at my usual location, but I brought all kinds of things for so I can create books, as I am not in my Tower Bowers studio. I'm in my sister's house and I am house sitting for her for a couple of weeks while she and her fella go to celebrate their 28th wedding anniversary. Good grief, can't believe it's been that long. Hang on, I gotta let Morals in. I'm coming, buddy. Hold on. There you go. My main mission is, I know, I'll get that in just a minute. I know you want some bologna. My main mission is Auntie Tammy is to let the dogs and the cats in and out and in and out. And now I got to go get something from Marls. What you want, Mom? What you want? Oh, what is it? Oh, I think he's a little treat when he's been outside. Marley is my sister's baby, technically. I mean, really, she loves her dog. And I love him too. I've got 2 new journals to go in the shop today, you guys. So let me take you through these so you can see what they all are about. These are our 5x7 journals, and they are chock full of fun things to play with. This one, I don't have a tape measure or ruler thing with me, but it's chunky, okay? So you can see it like that. Remember, we've talked about these journals. You can use them like books, or you can sit them on your desk, and they just kind of spring out nicely, and it gives you a lot of options for embellishments, fabric, fibers, all kinds of things, just in this kind of accordion file kind of arrangement, even though it is a book, right? These, like I said, these are 5x7. We've got a 2-inch spine here. I bought some beads before I came down here, so a smattering of kind of new, funky, cool beads. Of course, you've got hairy paper clips to play with. All kinds of fun. You know, these books are such a delight if you are, if you're traveling like I am. I did bring my personal flow journal with me, so I hope to do a couple videos about using my personal flow journal. These are perfect travel books. You can take them, you could take this on an airplane. The cool thing about this sort of arrangement is you've got 8 pockets, so anything that you make using your creative elements, you can just stick back into a pocket, so it makes it really sweet. It's also a wonderful challenge if you are trying to pare down your art supplies and you're thinking, more of a minimalistic sort of approach to your art in your art studio. This is a great little tester journal if you're thinking of going in that direction. So let's take a look. We've got a little mini book for you, a guest check. These are paper stacks that have a brad closure on them. I did buy a bunch of new papers. Man, oh man, Michael's had their paper pads on sale for like $5. I just thought it was really cool. You guys know how much I really dig food photography, so we've got a little food photography in here. And I topped that, I put a recipe card on the bottom of our food photography because I just thought it made a nice little prompt, because 'tis the season that we think about our favorite dishes and where we ate our favorite dishes, was that grandma's pumpkin pie or mama's broccoli casserole or daddy's stuffed peppers, whatever. So this is a great little way to write about the food of the season. I love food photography because I think it's a great way to kind of look at the arrangement of items and take that to a different level. You look at the way that something is arranged, and then you look at maybe collage elements or maybe some mixed media elements that you have that that could be arranged in a similar way. This is a sweet card that says, be brave with your life. We've got some mama and baby horse imagery here. I think this book is 1958. I'm just not quite sure. When I got here, I did pick up really super cool books at Goodwill, and one of them was the 1981 World Book Yearbook, and it showed all of the happenings in 1981. The year on the spine says 1982, but that's when the 1981 volume was published. So we can see President Reagan here, the rings of Saturn. Of course, you guys, I do leave these pages whole, so you can pull them out and look at them. I think that a flow journal should be pretty, but it also should be informative and fun to read. This is from the Secretary's Proper Use of the English Language. I think that was 1991. A little bit of sprayed paper for you. I really do love these new paper pads, you guys. They came in especially helpful right now, as I could literally not pack up every shred of paper that I work with on a usual basis here. Because I was not going to be able to get it on the plane. But I really did work super hard so I could bring things down here and create for you guys while I am watching a house and watching the dogs. This is a curated collage collection. It says energy, and this is kind of atomic energy right here. This is the energy of animals, the world. It's a really pretty bluish sort of collage collection. And also I thought energy played in nicely with actual exercises, and that is human movement that you see on this card right here. So let's look at this next pocket. Of course, I am using what I have every day, and I've been having this wonderful chai tea. It's ultra spice, so I thought that the tea packages would make fun things to put in these journals as well. This says Adventure Begins. I also added some super cool quotes that I found in a book called I can't remember the name of the book. Perfect Earth? Planet Earth. I can't remember the name of the book. I like to think of landscape not as a fixed place, but as a path that is unwinding before my eyes, under my feet. Now think about that in relation to this Adventure Begins card. I know at the beginning of the year, this is a great place to journal about new beginnings, a new path, maybe a new routine. It's good to take a little time this time of year to think about I always think the word goal, objective, and resolution are really hard words. Maybe just think about your ideas for next year. Maybe there's something new that you want to do, and just have an idea about it and have a little think about it, and don't get too caught up in it. We make resolutions. Again, that's a harsh word to me, just my opinion. When I would rather hear the words a new path, a new beginning, maybe a new door is opening, just maybe a gentler, more metaphysical way to put, to kind of think about what you want to do next year. This is a curated collage collection called The World. I think you guys will really enjoy this one. I got a biology textbook, and that is where I drew images for our curated collage collections. And I got to tell you, I spent probably 2 hours last night pulling things together, because the biology book in itself is so interesting to read. This is a bird plate, a plate from a bird book that it's courtesy of the New York State Museum. Have a little bit more of the food photography just, it kind of fascinates me. I got to tell you guys, I just read the sweetest book. If you're looking for a great read that is mild and sweet and tugs on your heartstrings, I cannot recommend highly enough a book called The Late Bloomers by Louise Miller. I just stumbled on it, and I tell you, I'm so glad I did. It was a refreshing read after the, I really do like dystopian novels, but sometimes it gets really heavy. This is from the, you're going to have to wait a minute, Edgar. Edgar's loud as heck. He's the kitty cat. The Wedding of Prince Charles and Princess Diana. I thought that this little card, The Prettiest Flowers Are Wild and Free, really went well with this photograph, you guys. And of course, you can pull the whole thing out and you can see Princess Diana over here because Princess Diana was called the English Rose. These are the Iranians who were captured and then released. What am I trying to say? You know what I'm trying to say. More from the English book for secretaries, which I think is just so much fun. This says Memories, and it has, we've talked about making mini books, and this is a 3x6 template for making a mini book. So all you have to do is fill it with paper or fill it with fun stuff or fill it with whatever you want. Now is a great time to use that junk mail. So you could fill it with junk mail if you want. I'm always amazed at the uptick in junk mail at this time of year. This is a chippy ATC that says proof. Our friend Miss M sent us some goodies from California. So oddly, her book came and her goodies came the day before I left. I didn't even have time to look at the goodies. I just threw them in the suitcase. I was like, oh, goodies, let's go. Sweet papers to play with. You are a star, and you are, my friend. This is a sweet bookmark, and of course, you've got all kinds of papers to play with back here. When I saw this TV, I could not think of Sister, Monica Joan, On Call the Midwife. Did you know that she hawked her family jewelry to buy a TV? So she is like really addicted to TV. And I love that about her. She's such an expressive, delightful sort of person. I worked with a group of nuns when I very first moved to Virginia. And I helped them with their events, their fundraising events. And they were so much fun. I mean, they were just like wild and crazy. They had this huge plot of land and they were preserving it. They were very dedicated to what they were doing, but they also had a tremendous amount of fun doing it. I remember one time we were planning a concert and I had been there for several days. And one of the sisters said, hey, you know what we should do? We should try and find a habit, and we could dress you up in a habit and send you back to Chris. Wouldn't that just be fun? And I was like, oh my gosh. I said, let's do it. Let's do it. Well, there was no habit to be found anywhere because they all wore blue jeans and t-shirts and they didn't wear habits. Oh, it's the sweetest thing ever. Such a sweet, sweet bunch of people. This is a genuine library card. I think that's super neat. I always think about, I miss card catalogs. I miss the tactile putting reports together. That was just so much fun. I'm a nerd. I know. We've got a bunch of text pages right here for you in different languages. Look at how pretty they are. such different colors, you know, that really does show the age of something, is the colorations of it and how much time it's spent in the sun. This is another curated collage collection. It says, there is grandeur in this view of life, that from so simple a beginning, endless forms, most beautiful and most wonderful, have been and are being evolved. And that's Charles Darwin. I'm stepping away so I can let this loud cat out. Edgar, goodness me. Okay, so Edgar's going out and Hope is coming in and Marley is already out. Such is life, my friends, such is life. This says take it one stitch at a time. Oh, Marley's in. Okay, now Marley is knocking Miss Hope in the floor. But Hope likes it. She doesn't even run away. She just lays there, and then they fight, and then they're good. Like kitty cats and dogs will do. What were we talking about? We talked about the nuns. I can't remember what we were talking about. Anyway, it was a lot of fun to work with those nuns, and they kind of remind me of, you know, the younger nuns on Call the Midwife, because they were just really, really fun. I love this paper. It says, hello, beautiful, dream big, think happy thoughts, shine bright. This would be a great list of fun things that you might want to do next year. Like I said, you know, we don't have to get all caught up in it. We don't have to be so hard and cruel with ourselves. It's to think that we have to do things, you know, I would like to, or it would make me feel good if I, you know, instead of I need to, I have to, you know. Those are just, they're harsh words, my friends. They're heavy words. This is my birthday butterfly fabric, 5x7, and we've got a 2-inch spine on this baby. A lot of funky, cool beads here. I love using glass beads. They do add a lot of heaviness to the book, but I think they're just a lot of fun. They make me happy just to do a bead strand. And this closure is a wee fiddly, my friends, because it is a butterfly closure. So, you know, typically we're just going to close the book like this and kind of pull up just a tiny bit and pop our string under these beautiful butterfly wings. So let's pop through this real quick. I love, love, love this, this bookmark. I think it's so neat. It says, find your wild. Maybe that's one of your things next year, to find your wild. I had some wild and I lost it, and I need to re-find it. We've got a guest check here for you. I think guest checks are fun as a... You know, let's pretend that the universe had a cafe, and you go to the cafe and you are seated, and the universe says, what can I get you this evening? Well, what would you like? Would you like peace of mind? Would you like financial freedom? Would you like a sweet person to come into your life? Would you like a piece of lemon pie? Whatever. You can put it on your guest check. And then the thing is that metaphysically, what you're asking for will come to you. It's the weirdest thing ever when you start thinking about the things you think about. Wayne Dyer always said, when you change the way you think about things, the things you think about change, which is so incredibly true. I sure do miss Dr. Dyer. He was an absolute inspiration. But what a wonderful way to go. You know, he had a heart attack as he was sleeping. That's a blissful parting, my friends. This little tag says fun times. Like I said, the papers are just all kinds of fun. There's a little doily in here. I also love this. I love all of this, these these photos of old furniture, old telephones, old bicycles. I just thought that was neat. Maybe all of that reminds you of your happy times and a great moment. I really like the way this little pocket turned out too. It says, hello, friend. And then this one says, hello, beautiful. Maybe there's someone that you've lost touch with, that you would like to call, that you would like to reconnect with. So maybe that's a nice little prompt for you. What little girl or little boy did not want a pony growing up? Can I have a pony for Christmas? This might be a great prompt to remind you about the things that you got for Christmas that you really, really loved. Or maybe even that, even to recall that disappointment of not getting the thing that you really did want. And I think, when you're little, you can't really verbalize your disappointment, and you can't really write about it. So it's a great thing to write about when you get older, that sort of, and you guys know what I'm talking about. I mean, we're always grateful for everything, right? We're very appreciative people, but you get that pang of disappointment. I think about, here's something funny. I mean, it's not really funny. This is from Miss M. I found out she's a cheesemonger, so she's got all kinds of cheese ephemera to send to us. It's, when I see advertisements on TV, and, now is the time that proposals are in the air, right? And it's just like, my heart is very empathetic. And a lot of times I think, I just really feel a lot of empathy for those women who, have maybe been in a relationship for a long time and they think they're going to get proposed to and they don't. It's sad. This says the prairie in all its expressions is a massive, subtle place with a long history of contradiction and misunderstanding, but it is worth the effort at comprehension. It is, after all, at the center of our national identity. And this is by Wayne Fields. It's from the book Lost Horizon in 1988. And I thought that was a great little quote to go along with this Chase County, Kansas map right here. We've got text pages for you. This one's Through the Narrow Gate. Another, if you're a nun fan, Through the Narrow Gate is an excellent read. It is the story of a young nun as she is a postulate, and it's written during the last remnants before they changed the Catholic Church, where postulants had to go through this really arduous process to become a nun. It's a very interesting book and beautifully written. Got a little fun time sticker right here. Don't forget, you guys, you can always take a whole signature out and play with it. You can take a whole signature out of this book and give it to someone. This would be 4 gifts of fun for anyone who loves art. It's also a great book to sit on a coffee table as a conversation piece. More maps. This is Saffordville, Kansas. A little bit of stamp text for you. 1982 Titanic article from National Geographic. A few sprayed papers to play with. This is a word quiz. Things like that are just like nerdy fun for me. Really, again, food photography. But this one always makes me think about what I carried to lunch when I was a working girl out of the house. I'm still a working girl. I just don't go out of the house. And the things that you know, what did you put in your little brown bag? What was your favorite brown bag lunch when you were a child? What's your favorite brown bag lunch right now? Do you still do a brown bag lunch? Is that maybe one of the things that you're going to focus on next year? Maybe that you are going to eat a little healthier and you are going to pack your lunch, and how is that going to go for you? And maybe are you collecting recipes and cool brown bag lunches? This is a turntable here and a list right here, so you can write about the favorite things you used to listen to. Honestly, I decided the other day if I could listen to Def Leppard, Queensryche, and Led Zeppelin all the rest of my life, I would be a happy girl. That would be just fine with me. There's some seashell imagery right here, more of the Titanic imagery right here. Another little brown bag lunch. This one's a fried chicken sandwich boardroom box. These are samples of lunches that are, you know, if you have a meeting and you do a boardroom box, if you do a box lunch. It's always an interesting concept too. More of my Twinings tea, which I'm very, very fond of. Obviously, I've been drinking the heck out of it. I am kind of missing my own sweet tea at home. Though, before I left, I made Chris a whole lot, so he'll have mucho to drink before I get back. This is an amethyst card. It says, cleanse the soul, protect your spirit, and build spiritual light. And there's a crystal that's also featured on this block of paper back here, and a bookmark right here. This is a Taurus constellation and a Virgo constellation. I'm working on a constellation galaxy sort of flow journal that is on my desk right now, or on the table where I'm working. I love this bright green color. I think that's a really sweet color. This is a curated collage collection. It says, nature is to be found in her entirety, nowhere more than in her smallest creatures. So I thought that a professor and a microscope and microscopic images would be fun for you guys to play with. This is an encouraging little card that says, be kind. A bit of food photography. These are text pages that are different languages. Very pretty. 1981 World Book Yearbook. Horses. My friends have horses. So one of the things on my bucket list is to ride a horse. And I realized last week that it was like, oh my gosh, I could actually do that. I could get that off my list. Plants are the strong scaffoldings on which the original symbiosis of photosynthesis has been raised from ooze and stretched as a canopy across rock bottom. Isn't that a cool quote? I love it. Of course, if you want to design some cards, look how pretty these things go together. This wood grain and this beautiful flower pattern. Another flower pattern right here. You could take these small pages in this book and make mini books. That would be fun to, you know, as stocking stuffers and things like that. This is from our friend Miss M. Bonanza Bingo. And this is our last pocket, and it has a little fussy cut rose on it. And there we go, my friends. These books are $42, and they will go in the shop a little later on this afternoon. Now, here's the thing. Tomorrow, my niece is taking me to lunch. The place that we're going to lunch, there is a post office right beside there. Tomorrow is December the 5th. If you get an order in today, I can mail it tomorrow because we are going out tomorrow. We're going out early. So I'm saying if you get an order in by 10 p.m. tonight, which is Wednesday, I can ship that order to you tomorrow. So, yay! I get to go to the post office, and I hope it's not too bad. Thank you guys for hanging out with me as I am not in my usual spot. I am enjoying being here and enjoying doing these videos for you and just having a Christmas blast making journals. Thanks, y'all. Talk to you soon.